We don't have any buffer. Sorry, I missed that. Today, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this round 7 NPL Tasmania clash, the match of the round between the Devonport Strikers and the Glenorchy Knights. It sees the top of the table, Glenorchy Knights visiting the reigning premiers, the Devonport Strikers, currently adrift by 2 points in third place. Both teams undefeated thus far in NPL Tasmania this season. Also, both teams through to the semi-final in the Cup, and will repeat this fixture next weekend in the semi-finals of the Lacazette Jack Cup. 2 games in 2 weeks at the same venue for these two teams. It's the two captains, Tyler Harrison, Kieran Mulroney. Move to the centre for the toss of the coins. We'll take you quickly through both teams for today. The Devonport Strikers, Kalamata in goals, Smith, Sturzica, Muradi, Dennehy, Mulroney, Marzame, Bidwell, Lanau, Atkinson, Ichimura and Kelly. And for the Glenorchy Knights, Burden in goals, Burkic, Glover, Harrison, Samet, Dillon, Mearns, Redfern, Caldwell, Walpole and Corteruccio. A couple of changes for the Devonport Strikers. Forced changes. Seeing Toby Barton, the ever-reliable defender, out this week, and Taylor Last resigned to the bench through illness. And so Liam Kelly steps in for an NPL Tasmania start. The Devonport Strikers midfield. And Cody Sturzica also stepping into a start. They haven't made a start thus far this season, so the Devonport Strikers fielding a slightly less experienced team today, but in front of a home crowd here at Tassie Care, Valley Road, they will be expecting a result, and this is a huge fixture, a monumental fixture in the shape of NPL Tasmania. Both teams can make a statement by getting a result here against the other. Both teams having drawn a number of games against their direct opposition thus far this season, with the Knights, South, Devonport, Kingborough and Lawney City all within 4 points to top the table this season. Though the season is in infancy, it is only 7 games into a 21-game season, so we are underway. Corteruccio on the ball. Samet back into Corteruccio, pinched by the Devonport Strikers. Dennehy plays inside. An attempt from distance scuffed by Ichimura there. Ichimura netting 4 goals thus far this season. Similarly, Dennehy, the Devonport Strikers, has as well. Redfern playing up top for the Glenorchy Knights, also having netted for this season. Dillon and Caldwell both having excellent seasons for the Glenorchy Knights, have netted 6. Both teams like to play with the footballs. This will be an interesting exchange of tactics. Both teams can play different shapes, so long forward there. Mulroney, Bidwell heads on. Marzame hit late by Mearns. An initial advantage, but referee brings it back. Bidwell gets play underway quickly. Sturzica. Back inside Mulroney. To Smith. It's long up the line towards Maradi. Samet will see that comfortably back to Burden in goals. Burden then playing out through Harrison. 2-1 result against Clarence Zebras last week for the Glenorchy Knights. Bradley Dillon and Burkich on target on that occasion. Last week the Devonport Strikers playing out a scoreless draw, Kimber Lions. Long forwards up towards Dillon. Mulroney heads down. Kelly to that first. Sturzica. 2 new faces in the Devonport Strikers starting lineup combined there. Then through Bidwell, Mulroney. Bidwell looks longer up towards Dennehy. Harrison always likely to win that contest, and Dennehy lets him. Bidwell wins that and then plays a nice left-footed pass in behind Ichimura. Ichimura then has Burkich for company. Ichimura, one-on-one. Can he find delivery into the back post? He does. Then heads away towards the top of the box. A scrap there for it. Dillon comes away with it with the Glenorchy Knights. Harrison up towards Redfern, who's isolated at the top. Sturzica and Smith and Mulroney worked it out between them. Devonport Strikers playing 3 at the back. Sturzica throws in, it's long over the head of everyone, and Mearns sees it out for a goal kick. Harrison. They try to play out from the back. Harrison turns it straight over to Ichimura though. Ichimura, the chance to drive with the defence, puts it behind Marzame. Now to play, not quite on the same wavelength. The 2 imports there for the Devonport Strikers. When interviewed this week, Coach Tom Ballantyne did say that they have been creating chances. The XG, as he said, has been good this season. They probably haven't taken the amount of chances. Garrido last season made chances and took chances out of not a lot. He says they're probably creating more chances this season, but just aren't quite finishing them off, which has led to a couple of draws for the Devonport Strikers against their direct opposition, against Launceston City, against South Hobart and against Kingborough. 3 draws for the Devonport Strikers. Some intricate play in midfield there. Kelly, back to Smith. Sturzica, chance to drive. Plays the ball in behind Taruku Ichimura. Burden reads that well though, and he'll see that out of play. Glenorchy Knights play out from the back. Through Glover. It's Caldwell. Played away, then Dillon. Gets it down, back to Harrison. The switch is on. He plays that through to Glover. Samet. Into the feet of Walpole. A lovely turn on Maradi there. All gone out of play. A victory for the Glenorchy Knights today. You can see that with a handy 6-point gap. to the Devonport Strikers, 5 or 6 point gap. South Hobart a big game against Launceston City today. Both games will shape the top of the table here as we round out the first third of this NPL Tasmania season, which is closer than I can recall for some time. Now, in many ways, the Devonport Strikers have been inevitable in previous seasons. 6 out of the last 8 NPL seasons they have reigned victorious. But it's proved a tricky start to the season for Tom Ballantyne's men, and can they find the result? Nick LA in the starting lineup again this week. Driving forward, Walpole. Driving at Smith. Gets it to Caldwell. He turns inside. A chance to pull the trigger. It falls to Redfern. He fires from close range. Kalamata with a great save. Blocked again. An excellent low save from Kalamata as Glenorchy Knights got some numbers forward there and the ball ricocheted around in the box. And fell to Redfern, who struck it. Well saved. Expect that to feature in the saves of the week. Mearns impeded there by Dennehy as the Glenorchy Knights find some early joy in the Devonport Strikers box. Kalamata equal to the challenge. Dylan and Corteruccio over this one. Into the box from Dylan towards the back post. Caldwell jumping highest. Seeing his header flying harmlessly wide. Competitive first 10 minutes. Glenorchy Knights with the best chance thus far. Smith playing to Sturzica. Into the feet of Ichimura. Mazume. Back to Mulroney, the veteran. Big switch out towards Maradi. There's down to Lanao Atkinson. He has Glover for company, but the ball goes out of play. Another team quite stringing it together when they get into the final third at this stage. Ball headed out up into the stands. Muradi into Kelly. Nick Atkinson, a chance to run at the Glenorchy Knights defence. He does just that. Gets it into Amazume. He turns, he shoots, is blocked by Harrison, who was alive to the danger and stepped out. And Muradi tries to dribble past Corteruccio and past him. He turns it over to Nicola Atkinson. Bidwell turns, wrestled, no whistle. Kelly. And now Atkinson. Walpole does well to win it. Dylan, a nice first time pass. And now the Glenorchy Knights found to counter. They can't. As Lanao Atkinson coming towards the ball comes through. Samet, no whistle. Harrison. Dennehy. Hassling, shutting them down, trying to force the Glenorchy Knights to play it longer. Mearns. An all-important game today, this round 7 NPL Tasmania fixture. The top of the table, Glenorchy Knights, the third place Devonport Strikers. 2 points clear of them are the Glenorchy Knights. They sit level at the top of the table with South Hobart, and the goal difference puts them ahead. Long from Sturzica. Mearns crunches into Amazume and wins a free kick. Some words from the official to the Glenorchy Knights box, asking someone to relax in there. Jimora over this one. Devonport Strikers send forward Mulroney. Sturzica. Ball directly into Burden. He jumps and holds well. Uses Harrison right next to him as they look to build out of the back again. Burkic. Strikers forcing him a longer pass. Big switch out to Salmon. He's found a little pocket of space. The drive into the final third. Out to Walpole. Murati with him. Walpole. Back to Corteruccio. Glover. Corteruccio. Looks to find Caldwell with the run in behind. A little too heavy. Out of play. Devonport Strikers ball. As I mentioned earlier, both these teams will face off again at this venue next week in the semi-finals of the Lacazette Seljac Cup, so a bit of an opportunity for both coaches to scope out tactics, teams in terms of advance for next week. Murati seemingly tripped, no whistle. Longer ball out to Redfern. He's got a bit of space on the left wing. Mulroney's come out centrally to deal with him. Redfern still waiting for support. He opts to go line instead. Back to Walpole. Flicks it into the box. Sturzica deals with it. Kelly toes forward. Harrison will reset for the Glenorchy Knights. Into Corteruccio. In this week for Theodoru. Started last week. Corteruccio coming off the bench last week in their 2-1 victory against Clarence Zebras, where Sherman in an interview suggested they were a little wasteful, but was pleased generally with how they played. Corteruccio. Dillon, his hand with the ball. Fisher spots that one. Bit of a bobbly ball, bit of a difficult one for him to handle, and bounced up from his hands, from his feet to his hands. More remonstrations between the official and the dugouts here. Only early in this one, but intensity is up. Both teams know the importance of getting a good result here today. As the lights come on here at Ballyoda, it is a cloudy, overcast day, a little bit of a breeze, nothing that's going to cause a major advantage to either side, however. Bidwell. The Devonport Strikers, the changed lineup. Last and Barton, who've been mainstays in the Devonport Strikers 11, out this week. Kelly and Sturzica in. Single change from last week for the Knights. Corteruccio coming in for Theodora. A good bit of play there from Walpole as he turned, his pass was cut out. Umazame. And now Atkinson. Bidwell. He looks long. Burkic deals with that though. Very little goalmouth action of which to speak thus far, excepting the one chance of Redfern, which is well saved by Kalamata and the Devonport Strikers goal. The best and only chance created thus far. Redfern with Mulroney. He looks to flick forward. Kelly tidies up. Umazame. Bidwell. Smith. Mulroney. Sturzica driving forward. A longer ball. Headed down. Mearns reads it best for Glenorchy. He's passed to Redfern. Not quite on the same wavelength with Redfern, and the ball was turned over easily. Ichimura. Sturzica into the feet of Bidwell, has Walpole for company. Back to Smith. Cut out by Corteruccio. Down to Caldwell. Wrestles with Smith. And his hands on him. No whistle from Brenton Copra, the official today. It'll be a throw-in. Taken quickly. Now Atkinson down to Bidwell. Mulroney. The outside of his foot to Ichimura. A late whistle for a wrestle on Mulroney from Dillon. Played short. Sturzica. Into Amazame, back to Sturzica. He looks down the line, nobody home for the Devonport Strikers. Then he's going to have to come across. Pressure on Harrison. He forces Harrison into the longer clearance. Amazame deemed to have impeded Mearns. The contest in the air. Both of these teams, the semi-finals of the Lacazelle Jack Cup next week, facing off here again. Sunday game, with an earlier kick-off. No two teams have won the Lacazelle Jack Cup more than these two teams. The driving run from Corwell. He drives inside, pulls the trigger, but it is high, wide and ugly from about 20 yards. Got well and truly under that one. Picked the ball up. Drove the Devonport Strikers' defence. Wasn't shut down quickly, was allowed to take the strike from distance, but certainly not what he had planned. Smith out to Sturzica. Sturzica waiting for an option towards him there. Both Amazame and Ichimura ran away from him. Amazame walking Mearns under the ball there, no whistle. Corteruccio sees Samet on out in the left wing. The ball holds up and Moradi steps in to pinch. Glover steps in and just clears the ball. That will go out of play. We are this round 7, match of the round in NPL Tasmania between the Glenorchy Knights, Devonport Strikers. Bidwell driving through the heart of midfield. He has two for company, bounces off both, continues his drive, he shoots with the left foot. Drags it wide. Corteruccio grabbing onto him as he drove forward. Copper perhaps on the wrong side to see that. No whistle, shot got away, out of play. Now the Glenorchy Knights. Plays it back, the ball pinched from Burden there. He tried to play it forward, then he's stepping in and pinching it. He's wrestling with Glover now, the ball's sitting on the byline. Then he sticks the tackle in, it'll be a goal kick. It's a pretty cagey affair thus far here at Tassie Care Valley Road, nicknamed the Portress of the Devonport Strikers. 20 minutes played, and thus far only the real one striker goal of which to speak from either side, and that was for the Glenorchy Knights. As Riley Dillon dances and jigs, comes across to Corwell, has the ball at the top of the box. He tries to fire again, doesn't really get hold of it, and Mulroney clears for the Devonport Strikers. Then he puts his body in front, but Harrison reads it better. An early ball out and towards Ichimura. The switch is on, picked off by Corteruccio. Smith, Bidwell, and now Atkinson. Bidwell holding off Corteruccio there. Quite cleared competently by Harrison, but it will do. Ball retained by the Glenorchy Knights. Both teams preferring to build up patiently from the back line and to play their way out. Both teams a little cagey affair so far. Looking to press the ball once it moves into midfield. If there's a bad pass at the back, to step in then as the trigger. Good pressure from Ichimura, turns it over. Sturzica, Zenahi drops it down to Ichimura. All out of play though. Corteruccio turns that one over. Umazame into Denahy. Quite an option on there for him. Mulroney plays best, beats Redfern in the air. Ichimura flicks forward. Umazame has to jump with the much taller Harrison, never likely to win it. Ichimura with Dillon. A high arm from Dillon into the face of Ichimura. Lots of remonstrations from both technical errors for Brenton Copper to deal with early here in this one. One of the best in the business, Copra, in the refereeing perspective in NPL Tasmania. Kelly. Good for a switch, I think, there. Mishit it. Burkic. Now towards Redfern. He's going to have to hold it up if he wants support. He can't, though, and Bidwell wins it. Comes back to Kelly. The Strikers will have to reset. Good ball from Sturzica. Fudu Umazame. Harrison, captain and leader, does well. He drives up the wing here. Continues to step forward. Bidwell across to him. Bidwell impedes Harrison, and after thinking about it, Copper blows his whistle. Chance from a wide position here for the Glenorchy Knights to put the ball into the box. Dillon to take. Ball in from Dillon into the box. There's a headed goal. Harrison, the captain and leader, rises highest from a Dillon free kick into the top of the 6-yard box. And Harrison attacked it hardest and first and headed to the right hand of Kalamata. He couldn't make the stop. And he has silenced the Devonport crowd. And it's a 1-0 lead to the Glenorchy Knights. A towering effort. And the Devonport Strikers will have to collect themselves quickly. The match quickly restarted. Bidwell. We'll win a free kick. Cortaruccio sticking a leg out there. So 2 chances in this first half, and both going the way of the Glenorchy Knights. An effort from Redfern, well saved by Kalamata earlier in the half. And then from a wide free kick, Harrison making best for the Glenorchy Knights. Mulroney goes over in the box as that free kick went in from Nick Lenau Atkinson, but Brenton Copper pointing simply for a goal kick. Bubba. Harrison playing out from the back. Longer this time though. Up towards Burkic. He's pushed on. Burkic then into the back post. Walpole jumps with Maradi. Maradi deals with that. Clears it long. The Glenorchy Knights enjoying a spell here. Samet. So to Cortaruccio. Glover, Mearns, has to come all the way back to Burden in goals. Hasn't really been tested yet by the Devonport Strikers. Burden. The goal scorer, Harrison, stepping in. Dillon, who has been really their regular goal scorer this season. Burkic. Dillon. Into Caldwell. Walpole makes a run inside. So Salmon will create the width on the left wing. Salmon into the box. Comes to Redfern. Then Mearns. A little dink in towards Dillon. Sturzica and Dillon. Inside the Devonport box. Dillon does well to get past and fires a low shot. Couldn't quite get the power behind it. And Kalamata certainly equal to that. Kalamata goes long and early. A bit of a test for Denny here versus Harrison and Glover to beat both of those, and they nearly did. There's a belated announcement. The announcer here at Valley Road But Harrison was the scorer of the goal for the Glenorchy Knights. Tick up towards half an hour played. Glover to Samet. He cuts inside past Murati, ghosting inside. He turns it over to Bidwell. Kelly. Ichimura. Umazume. Bidwell. Ichimura. Better from the Devonport Strikers. Ichimura. Chance to run at Burkic. Umazume. A flick with Ichimura. Lovely football from the Devonport Strikers. Ichimura drives. Grabbed by Walpole. Tries to ghost past Harrison. Not quite. The best passenger play the Devonport Strikers have put together there between Bidwell, Umazume, Ichimura. Devonport Strikers have to get on the front foot now as they chase this game, facing a 1-0 deficit, which would see them, if it stayed this way, 5 points adrift in the chase for this year's NPL Premiership. Sherman in the nice technical area will be pleased with how they've started the game in a 1-0 lead, keeping the Devonport Strikers from any real chances thus far. Forcing Harrison to play longer at times, but the gap opens there to find the feet of Redfern. He tickles it into Dillon, who's in an excellent position to finish, and he puts it wide of the post. There was a lovely turn and delivery into Dillon, who found himself with a little pocket of space just inside the 18-yard box. Kalamata came out quickly, forcing him to make the decision. He played it low to Kalamata's right, but it went wide just of the upright as it rolled. And the Devonport Strikers breathe a sigh of relief. Smith, Murati, Lanau Atkinson. Smith now pressed. Kelly has Walpole on him. Back to Smith, bounces off him, a chance for Caldwell and nutmeg, but Caldwell bounces it off Mulroney, who is solid in defence. Now the Devonport Strikers a chance to move the ball quickly. Lanau Atkinson in space, could have taken a few more touches, but elects to play longer out towards Murati. Whereas Glover for company out on the right wing. He plays it inside, perhaps hoping for Lanau Atkinson to run onto it, but not once again on the same wavelength. Redfern, though, on the same wavelength as Walpole, who has space on the left wing of the Devonport Strikers. End-to-end action here as we tick towards the end of the first half. Walpole cutting inside. He looks to play to the feet of Redfern. Sturzica clears. Kelly crunches in and he wins it. Excellent from young Liam Kelly. Can he find the next pass as the Devonport Strikers move forward? He does. Lanau Atkinson on the half turn, driving in towards the goal. He slips Bodie Denny here, but he's adjudged to have just moved into an offside position. As the game has opened up momentarily there, as both sides went end to end to end. The linesman's flag bringing an end to that flowing piece of action. Samet dinks in behind. Smith reads. Murati can't quite trap the ball. Walpole, Caldwell, Smith steps in. Now Samet to drive at the Strikers' defence, tripped by Kelly. And the Glenorchy Knights will have a free kick in a dangerous area. I dare say Dillon will look once more at that area just above the 6-yard box, where the tall timber of Harrison and Glover can get on the end of it, as Harrison did so effectively minutes ago to give the Glenorchy Knights the 1-0 lead they currently have. Can we get a repeat dose? Corteruccio and Dillon over the ball. Harrison, Glover, Redfern, Caldwell in the box for Glenorchy. Dillon in again to the 6-yard box. On this occasion just cleared away. Kalamata not coming to claim. Harrison deep into the back post, volleyed from Dillon down to Redfern. He traps it well to the top of the box, and for the second time today, Caldwell puts it very high over the bar, when presented with the opportunity to strike on goal. So Glenorchy Knights with the 1-0 lead. Strikers try to play out through Bidwell and Smith. Murati. Side to Bidwell. You can't trap. Pinched by Caldwell. Cuts back when Dillon was open. Now with Walpole, a chance to run at Smith. Smith equal to the challenge. Walpole, a flick, a turn, dragged down by Smith. Right on the byline. Walpole, a bit of trickery there. I believe when interviewed earlier in the season, Sherman had called Walpole a revelation so far this season for Glenorchy Knights, and with pieces of trickery like that, no wonder he's receiving accolades from his coach. And another dangerous position for the Glenorchy Knights to put the ball into the box. Once again, Dillon and Quartaruccio over the ball. Dillon's taken every free kick though, so we would expect him to do the same again here. He will. He's whipped it to the back post. Mulroney heads away. Finlay now Atkinson, then volleyed in towards Glover, and it would have taken some touch to direct that goal, but as it was, given the pace and speed of the ball, his volley was harmlessly wide of Kalamata's goal. As influenced by Pep Guardiola, Johan Cruyff and others, all teams these days play out from the back, possession-based football. Dillon, strongest. He looks to slip in Redfern. Comes off Redfern's heel though. Back to Bidwell. Now the strikers with a chance to drive forward. Brodie Dennehy. He scored some cracking goals this season. Tackled there by Dillon, and he'll earn a free kick. Back to Mulroney. Drives into the feet of Bidwell. Bidwell's touch not quite finding the intended target in Kelly, and now Caldwell, who's put two over the bar with a chance to run forward. He drives between two. Then he's got Mulroney in front of him, and his shot this time again tame and along the ground. Did well to get into the position that he did, driving past the Devonport strikers midfield. But at the critical moment, not finding the finish. Smith. Kelly. Sturzica. Opens play up to Ichimura, who has Burkic. Ichimura. Kelly. Then Mulroney. The striker's being patient here. It's been late here in the first half. A big diagonal ball towards Ichimura. He won't get on the end of it though. And now Atkinson wins the ball. Quartaruccio fouled there. Harrison the goal scorer. And then captain. Back to his goalkeeper in Burden, the youngster. Burden. Harrison. Burkic, goal scorer last week. And Riku Ichimura hard in on Mearns. Mearns feeling the sting after that one. Harrison long up towards Redfern. Mulroney reads it best. Off the shin of Burkic, out of play. Then for striker's throw. Cody Sturzica. To Mulroney. Back to Sturzica. He drives forward. to get it into Dennehy's feet, cut out by Harrison. Sturzica jumps with Redfern. Redfern flicks it over his own head. Back to Mearns. Bidwell then battles with Mearns and Redfern. Ichimura in. It's a lottery, that ball, but it will be a Glenorchy Knights throw. The feet of Corteruccio, who plays it first time longer. Mearns. Out of play again. Sturzica. Ichimura. Bidwell runs into Copra. Retains the ball though. Then to Smith. Dom Smith comes all the way back to Noah Calamata. Long then up to Nick Glenau. Salmon heads down, but Glenau Atkinson deemed to have come from an offside position to receive that ball. Corteruccio switching play to Burkic, who likes to fly up this right wing. Sturzica. Redfern's been busy. Mearns. Mearns and Burkic are completely different wavelengths there. Mearns looking to play in behind. Burkic coming feet, but it's cleared then by the strikers. Brendan Dennehy has challenged from behind by Harrison. Bidwell. Lovely ball out towards Murati, who's got a bit of time and space. The Devonport strikers in the right wing. Glenau Atkinson. Rose Salmon for company. He looks to get it back to Murati, but doesn't get it past Corteruccio. Comes long up to Redfern. Mulroney gets a toe in. Ball's to Glenau Atkinson. Can he get past a couple? Comes off Walpole. Burton has to put it out of play and does. Agricultural in his clearance. Atkinson back to Kelly. Bidwell will have a bit of time. Pick his past. Has options for Umazame and Ichimura. Turns away. Headed then by Corteruccio. Caldwell. Dillon. Now the Glenorchy Knights drive forward. Can they get the ball into a dangerous position here with the numbers in their advantage? Tries to reverse the ball to Dillon. Kelly alive for the danger, and he'll just roll that one out of play. So 1-0 to the Glenorchy Knights here. Not many teams come to Valley Road and get a result. So expect there to be twists and turns in this one. Certainly don't be changing your channel. Plenty more action to come from Valley Road. Ichimura. Nice ball inside to Glenau Atkinson, who tries to flick it over early to Murati. Devonport Strikers free kick. Cloudy afternoon here at Valley Road for this round 7 NPL Tasmania clash between the Devonport Strikers and the Glenorchy Knights. The lights are on here. It's cool. Slight breeze. The ball into the box. Mulroney. It bobbles around. Top of the box. Bidwell. Redfern. Glenau Atkinson. Ichimura. Into the box. To the back post. Mulroney's there. It's going to be over him. Despite a stretching lunge, he won't keep that one in play. And the Glenorchy Knights will reset. As time ticks away here in this first half. Messrs Sherman and Valentine will be planning their halftime speeches. What tactical shifts can they make? Lovely ball. Long there from Harrison up towards Burkic, but he couldn't control him. Mulroney gets it away to Bidwell. Back to Mulroney. He's going to have to come inboard because Sturzica stepped inside. Smith out towards Murati, but out of play. Clearance high from Mulroney. Redfern under it. He heads it directly upwards. Bidwell forward. Mearns jumps well. Kelly heads away. Burkic into the back of Ichimura, and Ichimura will earn a free kick. I dare say Riku Ichimura might be the most fouled player in the NPL Tasmania. There's a raking pass from Bidwell, finds Maradi. Into Lanao Atkinson, he turns away into the feet of Umazame to Dennehy. Intricate stuff, and a crack from Dennehy from beyond the arc at the top of the 18-yard box. A left-footed effort forcing Burden to tip that one over the bar. The best effort for the Devonport Strikers so far here late in this first half. Dennehy drawing a save from Burden. Now a corner for the Devonport Strikers. Umazame over this one. Can they draw level? Final moments here of this first half. Umazame towards the front post. Harrison puts it behind. Umazame have a chance to retake. Studies and data show that only 3% of corners directly result in a goal. A 3 in 100 chance here that we get a goal. Umazame into the box. A curling effort. Looked for a moment as if it might be tucking into the goal. But Burden grateful to see that one over the top and out of play. The wind picking up that one and taking it over the bar. A hush around Valley Road. A concerned home crowd as the Devonport Strikers trail. Mr. Tyler Harrison goal. Here he is on the ball now. Harrison. Glover. Samet. Played in midfield a couple of weeks ago. Out in his more familiar surroundings now. At full back. Caldwell tucks inside. Juggles once. Juggles twice. Kelly. Pinching that off him. Kelly Umazame tries to turn. Probably wasn't quite on and tackled by Mearns. They wrestle for it. Kelly wins it back. Mulroney's going to have to go long. Dennehy makes a good jump, beating the much taller Glover in the air, but his head directed out of play. My words of wisdom will Valentine and Sherman have for their troops. Both teams needing a result here. Neither team defeated thus far this season. Psychological advantage perhaps for the team that gets the result today and ahead of next week's Lucas Eljak Cup semi-final between these two sides at this same venue. All to play for. South Hobart and Launceston City both doing well so far this season as well. South Hobart equal on points with Glenorchy Knights atop the ladder. South Hobart and Lonnie City playing today as well. Two ties that could shape the top four, top of the table. City only 2 points adrift of the Devonport Strikers, who were 2 points adrift of Glenorchy. Sam with the throw-in. Had some good moments over on this left wing between Walpole and Caldwell out there, who combine well. And a wrestle and eventually a free kick picked out in favour of Glenorchy Knights. Another chance to put the ball into the box for the Glenorchy Knights. It was from a similar position on the other wing from a free kick. Tyler Harrison not at home. Can the Glenorchy Knights repeat the dose? Expect the ball to come from Dillon. Left foot of Dillon into the box. Glover was there first, he's headed down, kept in play by Redfern. No, out of play and goal kick. Ball came over from Dylan and it looked as if Glover was going to get his head on it and direct it towards goal, but just drifted beyond him, or maybe just glanced off him and went out of play before Redfern could keep it in. Kalamata, final moments of this first half. Long final moment of the first half it is then. As Brenton Copper brings an end to that first half. The Glenorchy Knights lead 1-0, and to be fair, they have created the better of the chances here in that first half. Sherman for Glenorchy Knights encourages his team to prevent more of the same. Valentine will be asking more from his charges in front of their home crowd. Tyler Harrison, the scorer, from a header. 1-0, the Glenorchy Knights lead. We'll see you back here in 15 minutes for this all-important NPL Tasmania Round 7 fixture. The final 45 minutes. Don't miss it.
Here's a little thanks for...
They're more than chicken McNuggets.
Hard work.
They're team builders. Get more for your money at Macca's with 24 chicken McNuggets for just $9.95.
Our McCafe blend isn't just barista crafted across Australia. Our beans are also sourced from Kenya, Honduras, Ethiopia and Brazil, then roasted in Melbourne. Just another reason it's coffee fit for an Aussie.
Welcome back to the second half of this round 7 NPL Tasmania fixture between the Devonport Strikers and the top of the table, Glenorchy Knights. Devonport Strikers sitting in third place, currently 2 points adrift of the Glenorchy Knights, and also in today's fixture 1 goal adrift. First half goal from Tyler Harrison in defence. The difference between the two teams. Brenton Compra, the official, hands the ball over to Dennehy to get play underway. The whistle shrills around Valley Road, and we are back underway for another 45 minutes of action between these two teams. Two of the best that NPL Tasmania has to offer. Smith looking for Murati. Ballantyne will be looking for a response from his charges after being second best in that first half. What changes can he make? Murati does well. He now drives into the box. He drives to the back post. Ichimura was there, but not quite close enough. And Burkic will clear a positive start to the second half of the Devonport Strikers. Sternska down to Bidwell, who turns. Strikes from distance, but was harmlessly wide. Didn't trouble Burden in goals. Short to Harrison, the press on early from Umazame. Umazame does well to shut down early. Early signs perhaps of what to expect in this first half. The Strikers letting them play out from the back early in the first half, but now the press is well and truly on for the Devonport Strikers. The home fan going towards the club end. The Devonport Strikers always like to kick second half towards that end, but Murati has slipped and now they're away. Bidwell comes across and impedes, and he'll go into the book. Copra singling him out for a slice of cheese. Bidwell breaking down play there as the Glenorchy Knights countered. Harrison long into the box. Caldwell jumps with Kelly. Corner ball. Dylan, who's delivered all the free kicks and corners. He takes this one short though. Mearns back to him. Left footed into the box. Comes to Kelly. The feet of Ichimura, who plays a wonderful first time ball into the feet of Dennehy, who looks for Umazame. Whereas Walpole, who's tracked back well to provide defensive cover for his team. And there's his team the chance to move forward. Bidwell though, pinching it off Caldwell. Kelly, Bidwell. Now with Dylan. And then now Atkinson. Smith, long up towards Bidwell, has made a forward run, headed down by Glover, out towards Samet, who just puts his foot through it. High and hopeful, Mulroney heads down. Kelly, Sturzica, his high ball up towards Ichimura. Ichimura down, Umazame. Trying to find Denny, he doesn't quite get that pass directed how he would have liked. Bidwell then. Murati had space out here. If Bidwell had spotted him or had the chance to open up, but to go back where he'd come from. Kelly with a longer switch. Samet manages to get a toe in, but it still ends up with Murati. Samet and Murati, 1-on-1. Can Murati get his delivery into the box? Step over, goes past him, drives into the box. Cleared away. Moreno gets there first. We'll take an early throw. Back to Kalamata. A much better start to the second half here for the Devonport Strikers. They're the ones that have to chase the game. So particularly as the second half, whereas I won't expect them to press higher and higher. Glenorchy Knights having the better of the exchanges in that first half, creating the better of the chances, and scoring the goal that currently sees them ahead in this critical fixture. The season might be in its infancy, but every result here matters. Bidwell. Murati finding some space out here early in the second half. Dennehy bounces it back to Murati, then to Linnea Atkinson, a little bit too intricate by the Devonport Strikers, and Glover clears it off Murati for throw in. Joel Sammett. Come along up the line, he does. Nice touch from Linnea Atkinson down to Bidwell. Until Marzamay finds Dennehy. Glover clears. Won by Caldwell. Now Dillon. Dillon with a chance to drive it. Kelly comes inside to Redfern. Bounces it back to Dillon. Chops inside. Kelly on the left foot. Doesn't get it past Sturzica. It'll be a corner ball. Dillon already has 6 this season. He was looking to add to his tally. Currently sits second on the goal scoring table, behind only Kobe Kemp, the Canberra Lions, who has 9. Dillon into the box. Cleared away. Sammett. Heads down. Great feed for Caldwell, but touch heavy in the end. Bidwell back to Kalamata. Clears Quartaruccio. Caldwell diving in there on Bidwell, who stays on his feet. Finds Sturzica. Has a chance to push into the Glenorchy Knights half. His pass ill-directed. And Burkic. Quartaruccio, Redfern. Burkic, Dillon. Back to Burkic, who comes in towards Dillon there, who wasn't expecting the return pass. Sherman throws his hands in the air here on the technical line, frustrated with this team's play. But now to Ichimura. Has Mearns to go at. Ichimura likes to pick up the ball in these areas. He cuts inside, then to Bidwell. Has a chance to fire, only in to Harrison, who defends well. Doing it at both ends today, Harrison. Burkic then. Inside to Quartaruccio. His underhit pass still finds his target. Caldwell then out to Sammett. Tried to get to Walpole. Radi intercepts. Smith. Smith finds Murati, who's enjoying a good spell here early in this second half. That ball out of play from Smith though. Sammett, Caldwell, Mulroney. Linnea Atkinson. Stirs his car. The Devonport Strikers much more on the front foot here in this second half. Moroney fizzes one out towards Murati. Sammett steps in. Murati bundles him over. And soft free kick, one might say. The halt in play. Sammett seems to have been an errant foot. There's a stomp on his foot there and he's in a bit of pain. Sammett on the ground. Call was for a stretcher, so we could have a lengthy halt in play here as Sammon's removed off the ground. He must be in a bit of pain to be requiring a stretcher. And Salmon in some discomfort as he makes his way from the pitch. He looks like he will have to be replaced by the Glenorchy Knights. Schmidt probably the logical replacement for them. And it is Schmidt been making his way onto the pitch. And a switch of flanks then for Burkic. So Burkic switching from that right back position to left back. Schmidt going to right back. And forced change there, though I did see Sherman just prior to that incident having words already with Schmidt. So perhaps that change was predetermined. Nonetheless, the injury was the final. And a big collision there between Smith and there seems to be a bit of trouble here. Tempers flaring. Smith and Caldwell colliding as the officials having to try and organise things. Yellow card for Dillon. A yellow card for Smith. Dillon gets a yellow card for the afters. Smith for the challenge itself on Caldwell. A heavy challenge on Caldwell. Caldwell pretty calmly picked himself up and walked away whilst everyone else was remonstrating. Cool head on the young. Another chance for Dillon to put a ball into the box here. We tick towards the hour mark in this fixture. Dillon and Cortaruccio over the ball. Dillon into the box, headed by Glover. Harrison puts his head on it again. This time Kalamata collects. The strikers look to launch an attack ball quickly. A long ball forward. Good leg from Dennehy. Cortaruccio slips as he tries to clear. They come all the way back to Burden, who is forced to play long. Smith. Then down to Murati, who's been busy in the second half. Linesman flags are out of play. Burkic's throw. Murati takes it early to Dennehy. Dennehy tackled by Glover. Caldwell then. Stephen Caldwell looking to go beyond a few. Moroney across the cover, back to Kalamata. Up towards the halfway line. Leno Atkinson does well to win against two. Sturgis clearance awry and will land at Walpole, who showed a few tricks and flicks so far this match. Some good feet. He comes back to Burkic. Back to Glover. Harrison goes long towards Dillon. Sturgis steps in, bounces off Dillon and out of play. Omazame. Back to Kelly. Switch of play. Smith. Looking for an option, he's going to have to go long. head down by Glover. Strong header, Caldwell. A first time flick, more hopeful than deliberate towards Redfern, but Redfern ends up with it now anyway. Mulroney steps in. Fires it towards Amazame. His pass not quite finding home. Harrison Long up towards Dylan. Mulroney heads down. Mulroney everywhere. Nicolau Atkinson gets the better of Mearns. He drives towards and he's impeded then by Mearns, who picks up a slice of cheese. And they are coming thick and fast, the slices of cheese in this half. Mearns the latest to earn one from the official, Britton Copra. And again, we have a few afters here, but an excellent chance for the Devonport Strikers to level the scores here. A free kick in a position that allows them to strike directly a goal. And it would bring the Devonport Strikers faithful to their feet to see this one nestled into the back of the net. Lanao Atkinson stands over it. He holds the ball. And Copra holds the crowd as we await him to bring the ball back and then to blow the whistle. Burton Class now is setting the wall. A pressure moment. Burn the youngster in goals. A four-man wall set. Copra with whistle in hand. Denny Hinler now, Atkinson. It's now Atkinson who shoots directly into the ball. Denny fires the follow-up over the bar. He has hit some from range this year. So far, Denny. And the Devonport Strikers making a change. The Port Shogo Mazame coming off the pitch. Thanks to Jordan Payne. Jordy Payne coming on. So a change. Looks like the Devonport Strikers will play Payne up a bit high. The forward. The striker. Be more direct. Lanao Atkinson now. Looks like he might be playing a little bit deeper. Bit of a switch. So Lanao Atkinson moving back into midfield where Mazame was playing. And Jordan Payne stepping up top. Well, now Atkinson was a little bit higher. Smith. Strikers ball. Smith throws down to Payne, who wrestles with Glover. Both grabbing each other. Bidwell does well. Gets to Liam Kelly, who has Riku Ichimura on the wing. Ichimura cutting inside. Jinking and dribbling. Mulroney's longer ball forward, not finding a target. Dylan. Kelly heads down. Bidwell. Look over the top. Jordan Payne with the chance to get in behind. Glover reads well, bounces off him, and it's come down, and Burden does well to recover that for the Glenorchy Knights. Good pressure forward for the Devonport Strikers. Introduction of Payne adding a bit of life into that Devonport Strikers front third. Smith heads down. Murati battling with Caldwell, both grabbing at each other, and eventually the whistle goes. And the Glenorchy Knights will have a free kick. Line into the box. Mulroney heads away. Mulroney, as ever, Always the man to be in the right place at the right time in defence for the Devonport Strikers. And a rock at the centre of that defence for years. Down the feet of Murati, Bidwell, Smith. To switch out to Sturzica. You love Ichimura, who offers short. Picks it up, Ichimura into the feet of Lanau Atkinson. Tackled by Mearns. Headed down. Out of play. Sturzica to take. 20 minutes gone here in this second half. The Devonport Strikers look to level this fixture. 1-0 behind, they trail. Ball into Dennehy into the box. Puts the ball behind Lanau Atkinson, and Glenorchy Knights can counter. Can they extend their lead? Riley Dillon plays a raking ball up towards Redfern. Just put behind him. Now Sturzica. Ichimura, lovely control, down to Kelly, spreads the play, no, looks a little reverse ball in towards Lanau Atkinson, and Caldwell driving forward. Burkic, who loves to overlap, he's got a chance to deliver this into the box. Burkic cuts it, and then, as ever, well placed, Kieran Mulroney puts it behind, and there's a corner ball. Riley Dillon will wander over and take this one. 1-0 the score remains, but you feel like there's more in this fixture. Goalmouth action has been relatively scarce, but in a fixture of this importance, you can't imagine there won't be a twist in the tail here at the end. Ball into the box, Sturzica heads away. Bidwell further, Mearns lumps it back into the box. But Kalamata collects. Kalamata. Payne. Had a bit of time to bring it down and turn. But as it is, Kelly picks it up. Kelly into Lanau Atkinson, dangerous ball. Burkic. Caldwell. Redfern finds Caldwell. Mulroney one-on-one. He cuts inside. Mulroney does well to tackle Caldwell when it looked like he might have a chance to shoot. Mulroney continues to be immense from the Devonport Strikers' defence. So switch for the Glenorchy Knights. Sees Naden come on for Dillon. Well, he didn't have a good game. Got an assist for the Harrison goal. The ball in from Mearns, not quite cleared away perfectly by the Devonport Strikers. And out for another corner. Mearns to take again. So Mearns into the box, another good delivery into that 6-yard box. This time Bidwell clears, he dribbles, finds the feet of Ichimura. Lovely technical player, Bidwell. Up towards Dennehy. He looks to trouble Burkic and Schmidt. Ichimura flies past them. Rico Ichimura pokes past one. Can he fire? He shoots and he's directly into the keeper. Good save from Burden as Ichimura flying in full flight there down that left wing, cut inside, looked to fire a shot, but his shot was low and directly at Burden, and it is saved, but the Devonport Strikers beginning to pile on the pressure here on Glenorchy Knights. So 20 odd minutes plus added time left in this one. Ball into the box from Ichimura. That one cleared away by Burkic, just going to fall to Murati. To Bidwell. He didn't get a call and had his pocket picked there by Caldwell. Corwell continuing to run. He's by himself. He's isolated, and it was always going to be difficult for him to beat 3 or 4. Kalamata's clearance goes out of play. Burkic down to Corteruccio. Burkic tackled by Murati. Walpole. He's got Kelly. In fact, he's got 2 or 3 to beat if he wants to create something here. Kelly does well. He wins it and wins a free kick. To Mulroney. Spreads the play to Sturzica, who has Naden on him. He comes up towards Ichimura. Schmidt sliding in, wins it back for the Glenorchy Knights. Mearns. A little dink out to Naden. Naden whipping it into the box. Mulroney doesn't quite clear. Bidwell does, but it's high, not very far. Naden then with Sturzica. Mearns with Kelly. And Kelly puts it behind. It'll be another corner for the Glenorchy Knights. Can they extend their lead? And the way this one's played out, now, too much goalmouth action, you might expect that a 2-0 lead for the Glenorchy Knights would be an insurmountable lead for the Devonport Strikers to chase. Mearns on dead ball duty now with Riley Dillon on the bench. Mearns into the box, headed away then by now Atkinson, headed down, struck from distance by Corteruccio, but it is wide. Smith. Waiting for an option. Kelly inside. Kelly tackles, loses. Bidwell wrestling with Walpole. Bidwell wins out. Despite grabbing the jersey. Walpole, Bidwell. Can he find an option? He couldn't find one to his liking and is forced to go backwards. Frustrated by the lack of options presented to him by forward players. Sturzica into Ichimura, tries a flick. Comes out of play off Glenorchy. Flick from Payne towards Ichimura, thumped away then by Corteruccio. It's high. Smith brings it down. Manages to win it from Caldwell though. Smith then looks to dink in behind towards Ichimura. Burden alive to that ball forward. Burden, delicate ball out to Schmidt. Clipped in behind towards Redfern. Mulroney, as ever, mopping up at the back. Murati. Bidwell. Just over the top of Dennehy towards Lenau Atkinson. A Knights throw. Some confusion here about which direction this throw should be going. It's going to be ordered to the Glenorchy Knights. Time running out for the Devonport Strikers if they're to get back into this one. Corteruccio down to Burkic. Kelly. Mulroney. Laces one out to Murati. With Redfern with the rare opportunity to turn and run at the defence. Redfern driving into the edge of the 18-yard box, cuts it back, a chance for Corwell! But when presented with the opportunity from the penalty spot, he did all the hard work, trapped it well, shaped his body perfectly, and then directed his volley harmlessly wide of the upright, and Kalamata, pleased to see that go by. We have a couple of changes for the Devonport Strikers. It is Lenau Atkinson and Liam Kelly off. And Taylor last. And Marcy Benjamin on. So some kind of last roll of the dice here for the Devonport Strikers, making some changes. A wrestle between Ichimura and Glover. It's been given a free kick. Murati goes long up towards Benjamin. He traps it down and falls to Payne. He toes it towards goal and he could have let it drop and get a fuller strike on it, but instead just poked a harmless effort towards goal, and Burden was left unchallenged in goals. Half an hour gone in the second half. 15 minutes for the Devonport Strikers to get back into this one on home ground. 15 minutes for the Glenorchy Knights to hold on or extend their lead even. Bidwell looking to play Dennehy in behind. He's got to beat both Harrison and Glover. Now he has just Harrison. Murati runs past. Waiting for an option, Dennehy. Smith comes wide to present him with one. He's going to cut back. Plays the left-footed ball in. Mearns lunges. Ichimura traps. Can he find a pass? He comes back to last. Spreads it to Sturzica. Strikers on top here. A tale of two halves nearly. The Glenorchy Knights the better side in the first. The Devonport have been the better here in the second. Mearns. Benjamin from the top of the box. Dennehy comes out to Murati. Can he find a delivery into the box? He does, but it's cleared by Cortaruccio, and it will be a corner for the Devonport Strikers. Ichimura. Plays into the box. Headed down by Glover. Ichimura will get a second chance to put it into the box. He does. Up towards the back post. Mulroney, best position there. He gets his head to it. Pleading from the Devonport players. Pleading from the Devonport fans. No whistle blown. Calls for a handball, perhaps. Or an impediment on Mulroney. Either ways, it falls on deaf ears. Copra deciding no infringement there as we pause play momentarily for Burkic to walk off that little injury. Burden. Crunch time here at Valley Road. Smith. Murati last, brings it down, inside to Bidwell. Comes back to Smith, a bit of a bobble there for Bidwell, causing him to just play that one past Smith. Murati, Bidwell. Ichimura. Flicks to Murati. Murati then with Naden. He comes back inside. Not quite the pass that was on, and now Naden can drive forward. Tackle by Murati. Copper indicates that he's got the ball. Bidwell then, a little flick towards Dennehy. Bidwell turns away. Beats one challenge, and the second challenge from Caldwell is late. A free kick there to the Devonport Strikers. It kind of says now when Devonport have to put this into the box. 12 or so minutes left here for the Strikers. Taylor last over it. Batal timber forward. Whips it into the box. Who's at home? Geordie Payne heads on. Flicked away by Cortaruccio. Burkic limping a bit from that earlier challenge. And he gets across him and wins it. Keeps it in play. Bidwell, left-footed. Into the back post. Mulroney heads across. Ichimura on the left foot. Sent over the bar. Mulroney did well to head it down onto the chest then of Ichimura, who swiveled and put his left foot through it, but didn't quite get the knee, the head, the body over it. And went over the bar. We've seen a few go over the bar at that end today. As Copra holds up play. It looks like we have a head collision. Perhaps it needs to be checked. Anyway, the ball comes in from Ichimura up to the back post. Mulroney attacks. Then Bidwell heads. And then Smith. And it's in the back of the net. The goal. It is a goal from Dom Smith. A big goal and a big moment for the Devonport Strikers. They level the scores. Dom Smith. The ball headed around in the box. And at the critical moment, Dom Smith has made the critical play. And Valley Road is alive with 10 minutes to play. It is all to play for. The Devonport Strikers with the momentum. Kanganooka Knights bounce back from this. They have led for the best part of an hour here today. They've been second best in this second half, knowing that they've had the lead, but now they need to kind of switch mindsets. So 1-1, I said there'd be twists in the tail, and there was one. Is there another twist? 10 minutes plus added time then to play. Taylor last. Murati with space. Can they switch? Smith drives forward, the goal scorer. Both goal scorers, central defenders today. Murati drives in behind Burkic, looking to find Ichimura. Glover pokes away, goes down. Copra says play on. Smith grabbing at Walpole, no free kick. Yes, he does. Copra blows his whistle. Two central defenders, the goal scorers today. With the attacking skill in those forward areas, you'd imagine that the goals would have come from elsewhere today, but that's football. One direct from a free kick for the Glenorchy Knights in the first half. And then one from a corner for the Devonport Strikers after bouncing off a few heads here in the second half. Harrison and Smith, the goal scorers. A draw. So frequently in this NPL Tasmania season, the top teams have played out draws against each other. Smith goes long. We are in the final 10 minutes. Geordie Payne jumps. Glover does best. Naden heads down. Burkic. He drives forward. The feet of Redfern tripped over by Mulroney, and the whistle blows. Mulroney remonstrating. Not pleased with the decision, but a chance nonetheless. Sherman on the sideline suggesting perhaps a slice of cheese was in line for breaking down the counter-attack. Mearns over this. Kalamata collects. The final minutes of this huge round 7 NPL Tasmania fixture. These two sides will clash again next week. They might play out a stalemate here today, but next week in a cup semi-final, there can be no stalemate. A winner has to be found. And you suggest maybe even at this early stage of the season, both teams need a victory here. They can't allow South Hobart to go ahead today if they win their fixture against Launceston City. Both teams have played out draws with South Hobart. Will they play out a draw against each other today? Ball into the box. Kalamata punches instead of grabbing. Towed away in the end. Walpole from distance gets a little bit of a bobble before the delivery. Nonetheless, it found its intended target in Caldwell, but his header from the penalty spot was always going to have to be outstanding to trouble Kalamata, and in the end it was wide anyway. Just over 5 minutes to play in this one at Valley Road, and then we'll have added time. Glenorchy Knights supporters behind the goal. Attempting to put Calamata off. Naden. Dennehy. Benjamin. He drives it. Schmidt goes past him with pace. Can he drive into the box? Can he find a delivery? Can he find a finish? Comes out towards Last. Then to Bidwell. Caldwell on him. Back to Last. Switches on. Finds Murati. Murati traps. Brody has to... Then he has to find space. Then into Ichimura, who traps, but it's heavy. Out of play. 5 minutes left. Coaches have made their substitutions. They've had their chance to chat at half-time. It's all up to the players on the pitch now. The managers have had their impact. Then he plays out towards Ichimura. He has to dig deep to keep that one in place. Stops it on the line. Mearns. Caldwell. Glenorchy have been penned back here in the second half after controlling much of the first half. Redfern then comes out to Naden. Naden and Sturzica. Naden inside. Naden fires. Devonport Strikers away. Benjamin. Sturzica has space to drive. Then into Benjamin, intercepted by Mearns. Mearns then looks for Redfern. Has been quiet here in this second half. Mulraney. Calamata. It's at moments like these that the biggest of big players stand up. Who will stand up for their side? Can they find that moment of magic? That moment of brilliance that separates these two sides? The Glenorchy Knights atop the table. The Devonport Strikers 2 points adrift. But if they play out a draw today, they offer South Hobart the chance to go ahead when they meet Launceston City. Sub-ref. So change Walpole off and Mamich on. Glenorchy. Last roll of the dice then for Sherman and the Glenorchy Knights. Throw. Naden shields well. Schmidt. Back to Schmidt. Benjamin. Sturzica. Only minutes left here at Valley Road. Is there a final twist in this tale? Calamata collects. It's time for direct football now. Calamata goes. Headed on by Payne. Schmidt puts a toe in. Then Naden. Mearns, who's been as ever busy today. Mulroney wanted to get on with it. Throws down to Benjamin. Sturzica inside to Bidwell. Can he find a precision pass? Schmidt thumps it off Benjamin. It'll be a throw into Glenorchy as time ticks away into the final minutes of this first half, and then we'll just have added time to play. We've had a few stoppages in the second half, so we expect at least 4 or 5 minutes of added time. Murati cuts out the switch. Mamich. Mamich freshly onto the pitch. Finds Burkic. Back to Mamich. A chance here for the Glenorchy Knights. Into the box. Trapped by Redfern. Can he find a turn? He twisted a turn and a fire. And Mulraney placed to cover. Good bit of football from Redfern in the box. But the evergreen Mulraney equal to the challenge. Backs to 2-1 to the ground for the Devonport Strikers. In place of Brody Dennehy. Long ball forward, final minutes of the 90. Corteruccio away, last brings it down. Back to Smith. Pressed by Caldwell. Have to be longer, he looks longer. Ichimura, a flick over the top to Benjamin. Into the box. Oh, Benjamin nearly got there before Burden in goals, but Burden got out, managed to play it off Benjamin. And a goal kick. At a time is all that is left here at Valley Road. 1-1 the score stands. Smith and Harrison the scorers. Who will have the final say? Payne, a clearance not great from Burden. Mamic back to Burkic. Maradi does well to close that down. Keeps it in play. Back to Bidwell. Up towards Ichimura. Cut out by Glover. Bidwell wins it. Always a man for the moment, Bidwell. Never shies away. Ball into two. Into the box. Looks to fire. Blocked by Corteruccio, who just thumps it away. Final moments here at Valley Road. Crowd on the edge of their seat. Season on the line in many ways for both sides. The difference between 1 and 3 points here is huge. Challenging Caldwell then with Mulroney. Kalamata. Trapped by Redfern. Back to Burkic. Mulroney then. Last. Maradi. Mamic does well to put it out of play. All eyes will be on Copper here in these final minutes. How much longer are we going to play? Could only be a couple of minutes. Headed down by Caldwell. Sturzica and a whistle. Could this be the final chance? Glenorchy gifted a chance here by virtue of the whistle of Copper. The chance to put the ball into the box. They've already scored once directly from a dead ball situation today. Can they make it twice? Despite the lateness of the hour, they've put numbers forward. The ball out to Mamic on the wing. Can he find the delivery? Maradi cuts it out. Frustration on the sideline from Sherman. Knowing the chance to put the ball in directly was passed up then by not getting it into the box. Maradi wins away. Mearns. Mamic. Down to the Devonport Strikers. Last chance saloon. Ichimura wrestles with Burkic. No whistle. Schmidt. Mamic. Ichimura. By nearly over 2.5 minutes of out of time already. Time surely ticking away. Benjamin looking for Ichimura. The moment. Ichimura couldn't get across. And a free kick as Ichimura grabbed at Burkic, who did well to read his run. It was a nice ball in behind, and that might well be the last of the action we have here at Valley Road. For a moment, hearts in mouths as Ichimura got behind the defence. But Burkic alive to the danger, cut that one out, and Ichimura in his desperation fouling Burkic. Last then, Benjamin scampers out. Keep that one in play to the feet of Payne, who goes over. No whistle from Copra, much to the displeasure of the Devonport faithful. Glenorchy with a chance. Caldwell! Oh, he ducked under it when perhaps he should have put his head on it. And Kalamata thumps it clear. For a moment, it looked as if the ball might sail onto the head of Caldwell. Maybe it was out of his reach. He leapt it nonetheless, and the resulting play is now a goal kick. All eyes on Copra. Will he bring an end to this one? It's a shame we can't go an extra time today and then into penalties for this one, because it's been a pulsating affair at Valley Road. Next week, if the teams are level at this stage, when they face off in the semi-finals of a Lacazette Cup, they will have to play extra time. But today in the league, it will have to stay as a draw if no result is found. Hard in from Glover. Ball forward. Payne. Schmidt. Copper still letting play go. Sturzica wins it down. Final moments. Bidwell. We've played 4 minutes of added time. Still no whistle. Ball has to be direct from either side now here. And the ball out of play. Schmidt to take the throw in. What's 5 minutes of added time? Smith. Last chance, Payne and Harrison. Harrison and Payne. Bounces off Harrison. Backs to Chew, the chance to shoot. It falls to last. Comes out to Ichimura. He's got Burkage for company. Comes back to last. Looks to play in Bidwell. Perhaps needed to be more direct. And now Glenorchy with the chance. The game continues to roll on. We played in addition 5 minutes here plus. Harrison, strong head. Sturzica's clearance is high. Smith heads down, bounces off Sturzica. Then Benjamin. Still no whistle. Glenorchy with the initiative. Bidwell cuts it out. Last. The final backs to Chew. He drives at the defence. Can they find the incisive pass that will win this for the strikers? Chew. No. Chew robbed of the ball. Quattroruccio. Out to Caldwell. Driving inside Caldwell. Ball in behind to Naden, who's going to have it in a dangerous position, but Bidwell alive to the danger. And that is it. Brenton Copra's whistle pulls an end to what was a pulsating second half. A very cagey first half, but a pulsating second half, where the ball flowed more freely from end to end. And in a fixture that both teams were desperate to win, they're going to have to settle for a share of the points at Valley Road in this round 7 NPL Tasmania match of the round. Both teams had their times in ascendancy. Glenorchy in the first half, Devonport in the second half. Both teams will be disappointed not to find the result. But they will meet back here next week in the semi-finals of the Lacazelle Jack Cup to do it all over again. At Ballantyne and Sherman all have their chances to review, readjust, and go at it again. But it does finish 1-1. Harrison, the scorer in the first half of the Glenorchy Knights from his head. Smith, the goal scorer for Devonport in the second half with his head. 1 point apiece it is. A draw at Valley Road. I've been Camille Douglas. Thank you for tuning in. We hope you've enjoyed this NPL Tasmania match of the round.
Good.